Well, I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and I know some of you may have already seen it on some other gaming channels, but I'm just now getting to it. This is War Hospital. I have been a fascinated student of the Great War of World War I for the last few years. I've done a number of trips over to that part of the world to do some videos on the history of World War I. So I'm excited to dive into this particular look at the Great War. It's War Hospital. It's kind of a tycoon sim type game, but it's all about being the director of a World War I hospital on the Western Front. And I've seen clips of some other people playing through the game, but for the most part, wanted to come at it fresh. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. The war that was supposed to end all wars turned into one of the greatest human catastrophes of the 20th century. Absolutely. One of the few who tried to preserve a semblance of humanity were members of the medical corps of the parties to this conflict. What you will experience in a moment is both our vision of these activities and a tribute to all medical services. Honor their memory. Amen. For sure.
My dear son, I was unable to stop the events that led to the fact that today I am going to the front and you are no longer there. You cannot imagine how much pain I carry in my heart. With your death, I question the sense of my continued existence.
Like any parent would.
This must be some kind of joke.
But fate throws me to a place where I might be able to save your colleagues and many others.
Trains were a pretty heavily used way of transport back then. I wonder what town we're in, or if it's just fictional.
Hello, sir. My name is Grissing, the head doctor of this hospital. If I may speak freely, sir, we expected more than just an officer's rank to support our current situation. The Hun could break through our lines at any moment now.
The Hun being the Germans.
Head Doctor, mind your tongue. This is our new commander in charge. Sir, I'm delighted that someone with your experience is joining us. I recall your work in London very well.
Praveen Kumar, head engineer. If you want something done, you should come to me, sir.
Major Henry Wells. As you all know, I was directed here to manage this hospital. I will count on your professionalism, regardless of your private opinions about me.
Wonder why they would have private opinions about me.
If I may, sir, we have wounded that are already waiting in casualty clearing station. We should tend to them first.
Agreed. We should not let them wait any longer.
To start, decisions must be made.
Oh, we gotta do
fates.
triage.
Their files are already waiting for you in casualty clearing station.
Alright. So we have to start out by assigning patients. Drag a patient card on the left next to a doctor on the right. So we've got one doctor who's well rested. So we'll drag the
Very
patient
well,
card
sir.
here.
Now that a decision was taken, we can start operating on these patients.
So can we actually inspect? That's how we do it. Here we go. Admitted to CCS, casualty clearing station, diagnosis. We got the times and everything here scheduled for operation by Samuel Watson. Difficulty, chances of failure, certain. So the guy's going to die. No complication chances. 2nd Infantry Division. Joined 29 June 1918. So we're like right at the end of the war here. We're in June of 1918. This is... Doctor gave him 3 months to live 2 years ago, so he enlisted. Interesting. So this is toward the end of the war. This is now the Allies are making their final push back on Germany after the German spring offensive. Okay. So we've got 1 out of 10 in the casualty clearing station. We've got nobody operating currently. We've got an operating ward, a canteen, staff lodging, rehabilitation center, pharmacy, the cemetery, which I have a feeling we're going to be sending this guy to here very soon. We can kind of turn things around here a little bit. Alright, so we have to actually carry this guy to the operating ward. Alright. There are no medics assigned to casualty clearing station, so it's not working properly. We need to change that. So let's go to assignment. So we've got medic teams. There's 3 sets of 2 here. Actually, there's just 3 guys, I guess. Oh no, it is 2 in each one. Spencer Evergreen, Charlie Head. Would prefer not to work in an advanced dressing station. Would like to work on 1 shift in the 8-hour shift system. Would prefer to work in the casualty clearing station. Alright, cool. Then that's where we will put you. Perfect.
Sir, medics are on the way.
So like any game, you know, you gotta kind of go through the tutorial and figure it all out. The aesthetics of this are quite something. You can really just look around at everybody. I wonder if we can zoom in any further. I guess that's about as far as we can go. Down here we've got, looks like some supplies that are available to us. Alright, they're moving them over to the operating ward in the church. I'm sure he's not going to make it. We'll fast forward a little bit here. It was less than an hour of surgery, so we know that we'll get a result here in a minute.
Sir, I'm afraid that
Yep.
one of our patients died.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
How did it happen? Was it a mistake or an oversight?
No, he had no chance.
No, sir. It was just bad luck. The patient was too weak to survive the operation, and we could do nothing more to save him. Maybe with better equipment we could do something, but the sad reality is that we cannot save them all.
I understand. Then we need to prepare his body to be buried. According to directives from HQ, all deceased are to be buried in place. Too many bodies to transport home, I'm afraid.
So over here we've got, I guess we'll get to that. Patients die during operations. Yes, they do. Click on the cemetery, which is, I think, over on the other side here. Now we got to go back to assignment view and drag one of the teams over to deal with the cemetery. Got it.
Sir, medics are on the way.
All right, so over here we've got, I keep wanting to get ahead of the tutorial. We're out of surgical supplies. We need to get some, otherwise we won't be able to operate on patients. Okay, so we can order stuff to arrive shortly. Where do we do that? So we've got personnel assignment, staff overview, patients overview, camp improvements, request resources. That's what we need right there. Surgical supplies. Here we go. So we got to click on a train station, it says. Here we go. We already ordered the resources, so we need 40 of them. Okay. Got it. A lot to manage, you can already tell. Ordering supplies is costly. We should produce some of it here in the hospital. The red button over the pharmacy. Okay. Assign engineers to build a pharmacy. We'll assign both of them. Take 48 minutes to do that. Building the pharmacy. Get to work, boys. I wanted to watch the burial, but I think they already took care of it.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
You can see the trench there where they're just laying a bunch of bodies in. Alright, new patients have arrived. Make sure we got enough surgical supplies and operate on them before the condition gets
Sir,
worse.
New patient arrived.
So let's go to casualty clearing station. Oh, the pharmacy's built. We can start producing supplies. Ah, so much is happening. Produce surgical supplies. Yes. Let's do that. So we got to put an engineer assigned to the pharmacy to do that. So it looks like that's what they're already working on. Perfect.
Sir, engineers reached the pharmacy.
Alright, now let's look at patients. So we've got... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sergeant 2nd Infantry Division. Just joined up, too. Jeez. Corporal 40th Division. West Sussex. And you get information about things like whether they're single or divorced and all those sorts of things. Go inside. There we go. Oh, here we go. So both of these guys are in pretty good shape. Demanding operation. Chances of failure, none. That's good. Alright, so we have to decide which one we want to deal with first. They're both actually in pretty good shape. Single, no children, said to be seriously ill. Oh, that's the same as we had before. So, all right. So let's start with this guy, Rishan Dewan. So we'll operate on him first, and then we'll deal with the next one after that. Okay. So the guys should come and grab them then and take them over to the operating ward, I would think. Yep, there they go. So, first operation's happening now. I think he's going to be okay.
Sir, operation was successful.
Awesome. And it looks like we get a rating based on whether we're humanitarian or ruthless, depending on what happens with the patients. We are producing the surgical supplies. Rehabilitation center is not functioning properly. Alright, well, guess we got to deal with that too, huh? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, sir, it seems the patient's body was able to fight off the infection on its own. Closing the wound should be enough to help the patient recover. Do it by the book. Shorter rehabilitation. Allow for only the closing the wounds, decrease costs. Okay, you know what? I think we just got to go with what's going to decrease costs long term.
Sir, operation was successful.
Awesome. Go to the rehabilitation center. Now we need to assign one of our nurses. Madeline would rather work at the casualty clearing station, so we'll go ahead and put her there.
Sir, nurses are on the way. Sir, new patient arrived.
Oh, they're going to keep on coming, aren't they? And then wait till there's like an actual like fight or something. Group of wounded just arrived at the casualty clearing station. Oh, we got 4 of them this time. Okay. We need more doctors. He's tired already. Okay. Tiring operation. That's not great news there. Exhausting operation. Demanding. All the patients are in good shape. They're all less than 1 hour, so that's the good news. I actually think I might need to wait a little bit until this guy rests a little more, but... Alright, we'll start there. So, since all my patients are waiting for a decision and they're good right now, I think I'm going to wait a little while to do the other surgeries. We did the first one. I'm going to try and let our doctor rest a little bit. We are still producing surgical supplies, but desperately what we need is another doctor more than anything. I don't know if we can just go in and hire somebody. I'm sure it's going to have us do that when the time comes. Missing the little finger on his left hand, but this does not prevent him from performing surgery. He's tired. I mean, I guess he's not exhausted. So now we have to make decisions in the rehabilitation center. We need to take a look and see, do we send them back to the trenches? Do we send them to HQ? Or do we release them from duty? Taking a look at these guys. This guy looks like he could probably go back. Combat power. Okay. So that shows what they're capable of. This guy here could actually go back to the trenches. This one here, we're going to release from duty. And this one we're going to send to HQ. Let's do it that way. We'll see how that's judged. I don't know if you get rated on how well you do with those things. If we discharge too many and don't send them back to the front, we're going to hear about it from our superiors at some point. We still have 2 in the casualty clearing station that we're going to have to deal with, but our doctor is exhausted at the moment. So, honestly, I think I just got to let these guys just chill for a little while.
Our defensive line has been broken.
Uh-oh.
Multiple casualties. The
Ugh.
6th Division is in retreat.
Oh my, that is terrible news.
So we're going to have more coming.
Another bunch of those poor bastards will be here soon. I'll better check our stocks.
What about the hospital? Are we to evacuate the facility?
No, sir. HQ gives us no such orders, sir. In fact, there were no orders for us.
Just
Sir,
be ready for more
survivors from our
casualties.
forces in the north.
Lieutenant Colonel Angus McFidley, commanding the 36th. My orders are to set up a temporary line of defense north of here, but I will not be able to do that with our limited forces.
I understand. How can we help, Lieutenant Colonel?
Heal as many of the soldiers from the front line as possible. Having them reinforce our defensive line will help our men significantly.
Pressure's on to get them back on the line.
How many do you need?
As many as you can provide, I'm afraid. Intelligence reports suggest that Germans will launch an attack on our position on the 8th of June.
Yeah.
Probably around noon.
What about reinforcements from HQ?
There will be none. Not until the 21st
Jeez.
of June at least. HQ is gathering forces and regrouping for a major counter-offensive. Our orders are to survive on our own until that day.
On our own? This is a hospital.
Yeah.
Not a
So we
military
produced
camp.
the surgical
How do they
supplies.
expect us to manage that?
We will be given the best intelligence reports they have. We will know about every attack and the estimated size of the attacking force in advance. That's the best HQ could give us.
I understand, Lieutenant Colonel. There are old trenches nearby. You can set up defenses there. We will try to send enough men
Jeez.
to survive enemy attacks.
Okay, survive Germans' attacks on our own till that day. We've got 8 guys in the casualty clearing station. We need some more doctors, desperately. Oh, now we go to the trenches. Near the hospital, protected from soldiers from the 36th Division. They are to be defeated. The hospital will be forced to evacuate, causing a game over. All important information relating to the defense of the trenches. Oh, jeez. Too few, solid, good, strong. Okay. Wow. Alright, we're good at the moment. But eventually we're going to have to do better. So he's well rested now. That's good news. Come on, how do we get more doctors? Good, stable, stable, stable. These are all long surgeries. Alright, this guy here is only... These 2 here are less than an hour. So let's do those ones. He's going to be extremely exhausted after that, so let's deal with the 2 that are going to be easiest to treat. So we can get them back where we need to. Survive until 5 a.m. on the 21st of June. Okay. Give me some more doctors, please. Morale's good. Supplies are good. I think we have everything we need at the moment. Okay, we've got a Lance Corporal from the 29th Division who I believe is ready to go. He's from Derbyshire. Looks like he's in good shape. You're going back to the trenches. Let's get you up there on the front lines. All right, so Jeffy Morley, high chance of failure. It's a demanding operation. Another high chance of failure. Tiring operation. High chance of failure on all of those. Daniel Chaplin looks like he's got a good chance. Simple operation. I think Daniel might be the guy that we send next. Well, we're still working on one right now. We're going to have to actually rest our doctor a little bit, unfortunately. So we've actually also got camp improvements that can be made, which I think would be huge. Housing increases the maximum amount of surgeons that can be hired by 5. I think that's probably the way that we need to go, is we need to get some more surgeons. So what do we need to do to hire some more?
Are on the way.
Hire personnel. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah. We can't get another one? Not unless we reduce something else, maybe? I don't know. It's a cost of 4. Do we have that? Yeah, I think we do. No, we don't. So here's our staff lodging so we can see what our max is of everything that we can do at the moment. So let's go ahead and improve this right here. We'll assign one of our engineers to that. Get on it. Back at our casualty clearing station, they're telling us now we're going to have one that we need to deny. So I don't know exactly who that's going to be. But let's go ahead and look at our options here. Yeah, certain chance of failure, Thomas Young. Married, 4 kids. He's from the USA, Alabama. Oh, this is an American, 1st Division, Big Red 1. Of course, the first one that I'm going to have to deny has to be the American. All right, sorry, Thomas Young, but we have to make a choice. And unfortunately, in your case, you're not going to make it no matter what we do. We are operating currently. We are adding to our staff lodging so that we'll be able to hire. Yeah, I know. Now they're telling me I can hire another surgeon finally. There we go. Beautiful. That will help a ton. We don't have a physician yet, though. We got a brigadier general here. I didn't realize that that was what we were dealing with one of them here. So, not afraid of death. He decided that he had already died when he was sent to the front. And after all, you can't die twice. So we're going to send him to HQ. He doesn't look like he's really in position to be fighting.
Sir, patient is cured.
Awesome. We've got 7 in the casualty clearing station at the moment. So far, we're looking pretty good as far as our guys on the front lines, the number of patients we've been able to heal.
Sir, new patient arrived.
Another patient arrived. Now, some of these guys are in serious condition, the ones that we had waited on. So we're going to have to get working on some of these patients. I'm going to go ahead and build a trauma ward. I'm guessing at some point we're going to have additional needs. We'll assign the guy that's in the pharmacy right now because he's been working in the pharmacy for a while, and we've got a decent amount of supplies available to us at the moment. So let's go ahead and do that. Could probably eventually use some new engineers. Not my best work, he says. Well, that's lovely to know. All right, we are a minute away from
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
the upgrade to the staff housing area. We still don't have our second doctor here. This sucks. Because somebody's going to die because I can't treat him. Okay, we can go ahead and bring in a trauma specialist now that we have a trauma center. It's going to take 3 hours and 40 minutes for him to arrive. We've got the ability to hire more. No, we don't. I was hoping we could bring in some more engineers, but I guess we don't have enough available manpower for that at the moment. Yeah, I hired a surgeon. I'm waiting for him to get here. Got another doctor. That helps a lot. So let's go ahead back into our casualty clearing station. And now we can assign some guys to these other ones. Demanding, tiring. You know what? Let's start with the simple. Well, he's in good shape. I think we need to deal with the ones who are serious. Albinson Farley, we're going to start with him. There we go. So now we'll have 2 that we're working on. We do have a trauma specialist on the way as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at our staffing for a minute. So, casualty clearing station folks have nothing going on at the moment. Cemetery, same thing. Doctors have plenty to do. Our engineers could be put to work. And we've got supplies to be able to build, so X-ray improvement. Okay. Camp improvements. Going to build an X-ray. Engineering depot, pharmacy, warehouse, reagents. So where's X-ray? So it's under healing, and it's right here. So let's go ahead and start working on that. If we assign both engineers, it makes it happen an hour faster. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, rehab center. What's going on over here? Got a patient waiting for release. He looks like he's in good shape. Our first sergeant from the 2nd Infantry Division. Let's go ahead and send him back to the trenches.
Sir, patient is cured.
Operations are still taking a while right now.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
One of our patients died during surgery, unfortunately. So let's go back to the CCS. This doctor's exhausted. We probably need to let him rest a little bit. So we'll hold off for now. We're still 6 humanitarian, 2 ruthless. So we've lost 2 patients died. But we've had 6 that have survived. Nobody's in rehab right now. Current consumption versus supply. So that's a problem. We need to work on rations to be able to make sure that we've got enough food happening. Yeah, that might be what we need to do. But I think right now we're already building 2 things. So we're going to have to wait until we get some more engineers to be able to do that, which I am adding to the number of engineers that we can house.
Have a word with you?
Chief Engineer wants to talk to me.
Certainly. Tell me what's on your mind.
I was approached today by one of the civilians that stayed in the city. A man named Theo Blank. He was a stonemason here. According to his words, he customarily made a tombstone for each person buried in the cemetery. But with cemetery requisitioned by the military and so many deceased, he will not be able to because of the sheer amount of work.
Well, that is certainly sad. But I don't see anything we could do to help him.
Well, I think I have a kind of solution to this problem, sir. There is a significantly seized rock in the cemetery. We could use it to make a sort of memorial stone and carve there the name of each person died or that will die in the future. Mr. Theo Blank volunteered to prepare the stone and carve the name each time the person dies. All that is needed, sir, is your permission.
Okay. I agree. Go for it. Anything we can do to remember the dead. Alright, let's take a look. He's still exhausted. The other one's resting. This one's critical. We're going to get him in there. Actually, two of them are critical. But this one seems to have a better chance of survival. He's going to be extremely exhausted after that, though, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and hire another medic team, 2 more engineers. We are maxed out currently on surgeons, so we can't get any more of those. I definitely would like to get another surgeon, though. So what we need to do is once we have those extra engineers and we can build more... Oh, the patient died during surgery. He was one I thought for sure was going to make it, too.
Sir, new patient arrived.
This guy's terminal, so I guess we can deny him then. This one's serious, so we'll send him in there next. Once we have some free engineers, which I think we're about to, we can build some more staff lodging. Excellent. So we added on to the engineer room. Let's go ahead now and look at improvements again. Housing. What do I got to do to get more? Decreases rest time needed for units by 10%. That's actually important. I don't need more engineers. I need more surgeons. Alright, in the meantime, we'll do this. Okay. So here we can look at our warehouse summary, and this tells us the amount of freight, surgical supplies, trauma medicine supplies, chemical medicine supplies, food rations, and alcohol, how much we're currently producing, how much we're currently using, and what our daily production is and our daily usage. So I think surgical supplies is something we're going to have to go ahead and produce more of, or at least order more of. We can see here the soldiers that have died and when they died and why. Here's our canteen. We can go to half rations if we need to worry about having enough food for everybody. So he completed the memorial, so now we can see the names of the people that have died on the memorial. We lost another one just now. We actually haven't had a successful surgery in a while. The last, I think, 4 patients that we've sent to surgery have died. So let's go inside there for a second. This guy's exhausted. We probably need to let him rest a little bit. Once this one's done, I think we might go ahead and maybe we'll do some surgeries on some people that we know have a decent chance. The other ones are stable at the moment, though. So we've got 4 engineers now available to us. Oh. Assign some rehabilitated soldiers to be sent to HQ. That's how we get military drafts in order to order supplies or work on new improvements. Interesting. All right, so that's how we get those, is sending guys to HQ. That's the benefit of that.
Engineers.
So in the meantime, I'm working on additional upgrades. Healing, we've got X-ray, amputation tools. Chemical ward. Oh, +1 slot for physician if we do that. Yes, please. Oh, wait. Let's add one of them. Only going to take 1 hour to build that.
Sir, engineers reached the pharmacy.
All right. Shorter operation than expected. The bullet stopped on the bone without doing much damage to the body. So that is fantastic news. Love to hear that. Looks like Ainsworth Morley is going to be okay. Understood. Great work. So we've lost 6 patients now, but we've saved 7, so at least we're on the positive side, I guess. Let's go ahead and take a look at our rehabilitation. 7 more hours he's going to need to be rehabilitated. We're probably going to end up sending him to HQ, because we're good on our front lines right now, so we don't need to send anybody else to the trenches. Chemical ward construction was finished. Does that mean now that we can hire a physician? Yes, it does. Excellent. So we've got an operation emergency here. We don't have low pressure gas tanks, and it looks like he was pierced with a bayonet, caused major lung damage, and the soldier is barely breathing. Okay, so we can't do anything about that without the low pressure gas tanks. So you're just going to have to do what you can, and we will have to do something for the future about that. Let's look at camp improvements. Healing. Low pressure gas tanks is right there, and we don't have the requirement that we need to be able to build any more upgrades right now, unfortunately. Where are we at on a rehabilitation center as far as release time? I mean, I guess we could release them early, right? But we're probably better off to let them wait if we can. What is this over here? We just received a request from HQ. Several bodies have been found nearby, likely hit by an artillery strike. HQ asked us to provide them with a burial. Although give us staff permits. Yes, absolutely. We've got one unit that's here in staff lodging. Let's go ahead and send them. Okay, here comes the German attack. Alright, it's 1918. They shouldn't have Pickelhaubes on. They didn't wear those anymore. They had the Stahlhelm by then.
Sir, we have wounded soldier.
Of course we do. But we fought off the attack. That's the good news. Right now we're low on supplies. I should have had people working on supplies the whole time. We're low on bandages at the moment. We're up to 6. I've got 2 engineers working on them. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got one that's serious. So what do we do to get people to end up needing the trauma ward, I wonder? Okay, so if we send this one, that's basically going to use up the rest of our supplies. So we have none left at this point. However, we might have somebody who's ready to go to HQ. So let's take a look here. 13. Yeah, we got 13 minutes left. Okay. Advanced dressing station. Yep. We need to build the advanced dressing station. That'll be all the way up here near the front lines. It's kind of a first level, right? So guys get hit. Advanced dressing station is nearer to the front lines. You get them stable if you can, and then they get sent to where they can be treated better. So this guy really could go to the front lines, but unfortunately we need him at HQ right now. So that's going to give us a +3 for that. Excellent news. Operating ward, we've got a guy that was healed. That's even better. Operation emergency. Will is strong, and recent events have made less impact than expected. Awesome. Shorter rehab. Back over here now. This guy's exhausted, unfortunately. He's rested, but he's already operating. So what else can we do? Who can we hire at this point? We're maxed out on surgeons and physicians. We could use nurses, but honestly what I really need at the moment are more supplies. So let's do that. Let's deal with supplies first. Request resources. We desperately need more surgical supplies. We can order a little bit, but not much. We've got plenty of everything else. We need to assign some nurses to the operating ward. I think that'll help with our chances of success on those operations. See if we can hire some more nurses. We don't have the ability right now. We're going to have to wait. Man, it's all about balancing those different needs that you have. So, like any game like this, the first time you play through it, you're learning what works, what doesn't. You're learning where you need to invest your resources. So by the second or third time you play through, you have a much better understanding of what you need to do early on to set yourself up for success. So this is all very much a learning curve at the moment. It appears our initial diagnosis in this case was wrong. The wound was cleaned and the shards were removed, but there's no severe internal damage or other complications. Awesome. That's always fantastic news. So we're building back up our surgical supplies, so that's good. We're starting to get on top of the casualty clearing situation a little bit. We've only got 4 left in the surgery ward, but we do have some that are assigned, and we've got a well-rested doctor here. So let's take a look at this serious one. I'm going to wait for him just because we have a new nurse on the way, and that's going to help with our operations a little bit. I think that'll be good. It looks like we are eventually going to have to send some more people to the front line by the time we get to the 12th, so we've got 3 days before we'll have to deal with that. We haven't had anybody need the trauma or the chemical ward yet. Let's go to our rehab center. None of them are ready to go yet. So anytime you send someone to the trenches, it builds your combat power. Send them to the HQ, you gain military draft. Send them to release from duty, and you gain morale. Our morale's at 53% right now, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. We do have the ability, though, to build some improvements. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Or actually staffing. Because we could probably stand to send someone to the advanced dressing station at this point. We've got these ones available here. Now, wounded from the trenches can be transported to the hospital. Excellent. We're short on nurses. We definitely need some nurses. We've got some engineers available. So let's go ahead and
medics are on the way.
Work on some more improvements, since we have the ability to do that. We can increase the number of nurses that can be hired. I think right now, though, I want to increase my ability to produce more surgical supplies. More food production. No, none of that's really what I need right now. Scouting's not something I think we even need to worry about. Unlocked further in the story. Alright, so healing it is. Medical drip. Hypnosis. Rehabilitation center increases the speed of patient rehabilitation by 10%. I don't think we need that right now. Surgery ward enhancement. No. Let's get those low pressure gas tanks. Let's go ahead and do that. We can do more, though. We've got another available engineer. How about... let's do the amputation tools. Let's go ahead and do that, too. So the neat thing is, with each one of these individuals that are in rehab, we can see what they will give to where we drop them. So +1, if we send them to HQ, a little bit of combat power, a little bit of morale boost there. So I think in this case, we'll send them to the trenches. Back to the trenches you go. Only got 4 in the casualty clearing station now.
Sir,
what's going on up here?
operation was successful.
Up at the advanced dressing station. Okay, so we've got 4 wounded in the trenches. What are we doing about that, guys? Okay, sir, it seems our diagnosis in this case was very accurate. We could perform a more adjusted procedure instead of a normal one to ensure the operation would run smoother or to save some supplies. So we can adjust the procedure to save supplies, ease the doctor. That'll give the doctor more energy, or do it by the book. Yeah, let's save the supplies right now. Unfortunately, we're pretty low on supplies at the moment. So we've got a lot going on at the moment. We got our new nurse. We've assigned her to the operating ward. So hopefully that's going to give us a little bit of a boost to our operations. Special procedures are decisions that can be made in the casualty clearing station. They allow for saving patients' lives with fewer resources, but at a cost of making them unfit for duty. Amputation for physical wounds and oxygen inhalation for chemical wounds. Okay. So let's go ahead for a minute then. And what's going on here? The ADS is understaffed. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Can we go ahead to hire personnel, hire another medic team? Let's go ahead and do that. That'll help with them. All right, in the meantime, rehab center. What's going on over here? We've got one ready to go. Sergeant Major, 28th Division. We're looking good for the front line, so I don't think we need to assign anybody else there right now. I think morale's good too, so we don't need to release anybody else. So let's go ahead and look at our casualty clearing station for a minute and see if there's any special operations we can do. Amputate. Okay. I mean, we could do that. Of course, if we do that, it cuts down on supplies, but reduces the chance of sending them back to the front lines. I don't think we need to amputate in that case. Well, the good news is we're starting to pump out these patients now. We've got a bunch of them in the rehabilitation center at the moment, and some that are ready to go. This guy is going to the trenches. He's got some solid ability to help out there, and we're already strong there, but that should do for a while for us now at the trenches. This one's going to HQ. The rest are not quite ready for release.
Sir, patient is cured.
Awesome. How are we doing on our doctors at the moment? One's resting. He's tired. We've only got 2, and they're both stable, so we're good there. I'm in the process of trying to get another nurse, but I think it requires 3, and we only have 2 at the moment, so we can't quite hire another nurse yet. In the meantime, we can actually look at the schedule, what's happening, where's our resources. We could order some more surgical supplies. Let's go ahead and do that. So anyway, I think I'll wrap it up right there. That gives a pretty good overview of what the game's all about. There's more to the story, obviously, it tells us as we go along. There's a lot more to all of this, and I will definitely continue to play, even if it doesn't get a lot of views, because I really enjoy this sort of game, and it's in a time period that I'm really interested in. So there's a lot of upgrades that we can still make in our improvements. There's all kinds of things we can do there that we'll eventually do. There's a lot more to explore and unlock and learn and discover and manage. And if you have any helpful hints, if you've played the game yourself, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have questions, things you want me to either answer in the comment section or show in the next episode, let me know and I'll do that as well. Please hit that like button if you would. Thanks for watching.